Praying in the divine will. To pray in the divine will, we should remember Jesus's instruction to forget self. We can begin by saying, "Jesus wants to pray, so I pray with him." Jesus gave this lesson to Louisa. "I want to teach you the way of how you must be with me. First you must enter inside me. Transform yourself into me. Take that which you find in me." Volume 8. The 9th of February 1908. Remember that everything is achieved by the Golden Rule. We desire it and Jesus does all the work. Notice that Jesus did not say, think, but desire. Thought alone will not do. It is the desire of the heart which ensures living in the kingdom of the divine will. We first desire to enter into Jesus. Then we transform ourselves into him. As St. Paul said, "Put on Christ," so we do everything as another Jesus, since Jesus is doing everything within us. Our thoughts, words, actions, steps, movements, breaths, heartbeats, everything, except sin. Next, we take what we find in Jesus. Jesus explained to Louisa, Volume 11. The 14th of August 1912. That while he was on earth, during his hidden life, i.e. up to the age of 30 years when his public ministry began, he took into himself all the thoughts, words, actions, everything about everyone from Adam to the last person to be created, and he redid everyone's life in his divine will. In this way there is a divine version of each one's life. Why? Because only the divine version can give God perfect glory. Our human attempts at glorifying God, no matter how holy we become, would always fall short of absolute perfection. Jesus did not immediately offer the divine version of our lives to the Father, but suspended them within himself, waiting for the day that you would come along, and after giving your fiat, your yes, to the gift of the divine will, you would enter into him, transform yourself into him, and take what you find in him. The 9th of February 1908. Now you can find in Jesus the divine version of your life suspended in him. Take it, make it your own and offer it with Jesus to the Father. You can do this repeatedly, not only with your own life, but also repeatedly with everyone's life. Jesus wants you to do this for everyone's life. In the name of everyone. Because Jesus redid the lives of everyone, from Adam to the last created soul, in his divine will. Then we can also pray, work, speak, walk, eat, sleep, and enjoy ourselves etc., in the name of everyone. This is what Jesus said to Louisa. In my glances I took all the creatures' eyes, in my voice their words, in my movements theirs, in my hands their works, in my heart their affections and desires, in my feet steps. And, making them like mine, my humanity satisfied the Father. Now, why cannot you also do it? For he who loves, all is possible united to me. In my will. Pray and bring before the divine majesty in your thoughts the thoughts of everyone. In your eyes the glances of everyone. In your words, movements, affections and desires those of your brothers to make reparation for them, to obtain light, graces and love for them. In my will, you will find yourself in me and in everyone. You do my life. You will pray with me, and the Divine Father will be content with it, and all heaven will say, "Who calls us upon the earth? Who is it that wants to embrace this holy will? In herself enclosing all of us together? And how much good you can obtain for the earth by making heaven descend upon the earth." Volume 11. The 3rd of May 1916. Therefore, finding everyone in Jesus, we can pray in the name of everyone, and Jesus promises that it will be as if everyone is praying in a divine way. If the whole of humanity prayed together in a human way, even this volume of prayer would not compare with just one prayer in the divine will. Because a divine prayer has infinite value, or merit, since it possesses the very dispositions and qualities of Jesus himself, because it is he who is doing all the work in his divine will. We can now pray the Rosary, for example, in the name of everyone, and keep Jesus company in the Blessed Sacrament in the name of everyone, etc., so that God is receiving a perfect return of love and glory from everyone simultaneously in everything we do, providing we desire it. Remember the size of your prayer group, if you are praying in the divine will. In the name of all, that is everyone from Adam to the last created soul. Rounds in the divine will. There is much to be said about rounds in the divine will. But here is a beginning. On one occasion, as Jesus was taking Louisa around the universe, she could hear Jesus' voice saying, "I love you," on everything, every star, planet, moon, etc. While she was enjoying this experience, Jesus turned to her and said, "Louisa, where is your, I love you, to me?" Jesus explained that if she desired it, in the divine will, she could place her, "I love you," to Jesus on everything too, because Jesus would do it for her. And so we are invited by Jesus to do the same, to place our, "I love you," to Jesus on every created being, thing, past, present and future. These are the rounds of creation. We can place our, "I love you," on everything that Jesus said and did during his life on earth, including his resurrection and ascension. These are the rounds of redemption. We should also place our, "I love you," on all the acts of the Holy Spirit, e.g. the sacraments, prayer, inspirations, graces etc. These are rounds of sanctification. Jesus told Louisa to make these rounds incessantly. Volume 18. I love you with your will. Louisa writes, "Continuing my usual state, Blessed Jesus let himself be seen inside of me, but so fused with me that I would see his eyes in mine, his mouth in mine, and in the same way all his body. And while I was seeing him like this, he said to me, 'My daughter, see how I fuse myself and make myself one sole thing with the soul who does my will. I make myself her own life, because my will is inside and outside of her. You can say that it is like the air she breathes which gives life to everything in her. It is like light that makes everything be seen and understood. It is heat that warms, fecundates, and makes things grow. It is heart that beats, hands that work, feet that walk. And when the will unites with my will, my life is formed in the soul.'" Afterwards, having received communion, I was telling Jesus, "I love you," and he told me, "My daughter, do you really want to love me? Say, Jesus, I love you with your will. And since my will fills heaven and earth, your love will surround me everywhere and your, I love you, will reverberate high in the heavens, and in the depths of the abysses. And so, if you want to say, I adore you, I bless you, I praise you, I thank you, you will say it united in my will. And you will fill the heavens and earth with adorations, blessings, praises, and thanksgiving in my will. These are simple things easy and immense." Volume 11. The 2nd of October 1913. Our Lady and the Divine Will. Jesus made Mary the Queen and Mother of the Kingdom of Divine Will. Mary was the third person, after Adam and Eve, to be given the gift of the divine will, from the moment of her immaculate conception. Jesus, in his humanity, was the fourth person to possess the gift of divine will. Next was Luisa Picaretta, and everyone after her who will say, yes, to this gift. Our Lady gave Luisa 31 lessons in the book, The Virgin Mary in the Kingdom of the Divine Will. On the Kingdom of the Divine Will. With this gift, what one would strive for in years can be accomplished in just one day. 3 times a day Our Lady wants us to sit upon her lap, morning, noon and evening, and say to her, "My mother, I love you. Love me, too, and give me a sip of the will of God for my soul. Give me your blessing also, that I might do all my actions under your maternal gaze." At night Our Lady also wants us to present all our acts of the day onto her maternal lap. Preventient and actual acts. Preventient act. This is to be done as soon as you awake, at the break of dawn. Jesus says, it is when you tell Jesus in your own words that you want everything today to be done only in His divine will. Actual acts. These are the particular, conscious acts you do during the day, like washing, eating, working, praying, etc. You should say, "Jesus wants to, and so I do it together with Him." Volume 11. 14 August 1912. As far as your memory allows, one should continue throughout the day in this way. Fortunately, Jesus does not accuse us for our poor memories. Our acts continue to be in the divine will, because of the Preventient act, but, as Jesus says, both acts are necessary. The Preventient act assists, creates the disposition and makes room for the actual act. The actual act preserves and enlarges the disposition for the Preventient act. Volume 14. 27 May 1922. Calling down the divine will. Jesus wants us to call down the divine will into everything and everyone. Like the lesson about forgetting self, we can call down the divine will in the following way: "Come divine will. Come, in me." We put in the gap, that which is appropriate to what we are doing, e.g. "Come divine will. Come wash in me," or "Come divine will. Come eat in me," or "Come divine will. Come drive in me," or "Come divine will. Come work in me," or pray, rest, speak, etc. There is no set formula for praying in the divine will. So, alternatively one might pray, "Come divine will. Come wash in my washing, come divine will. Come eat in my eating," etc. Jesus said to Louisa that the kingdom of the divine will not reign fully on earth until a certain number of acts in the divine will have been completed.
Did this material inspire you? Find out more in part 3 of this video.